Hi, Leo Albanes here with Charlotte County Properties, your real estate experts. Today we are doing a video on a septic inspection. We just recently have this home under contract, and in our due diligence and our inspection periods, because this home has a septic versus a city sewer, we are doing what's called a septic inspection. Hopefully it'll pass. If not, then we have to go back to the table and renegotiate this deal. But today's video is going to show you basically how this process and what a septic inspection is, so that you get a better understanding. If you ever acquire a home and it requires a septic inspection, you'll at least, if watching this video and following my channel, at least understand what they're talking about. So as always, please click the like button. If you like this video, don't hesitate to click it. Definitely subscribe to the channel, see what we got coming up each and every day. And of course, if you have any questions, specific questions, please give me a call. My number's down below. I'd love to help you out. So with that being said, let's go see what the septic guy is figuring out here. All right. Okay, so here we have Cody with the septic company that has found the tank lid. He pokes around with this rod and figures out where the tank is, and then eventually finds the cap. He then starts to remove it, and we'll see what it looks like when he's done here. As we can see here, Cody's having difficulty getting to the lid of the tank, and that's because of the roots. Now, this particular home has these nice, beautiful trees in front of the home. However, with having a septic system, you don't want trees where the tank and or the drain field will be. Typically, it's going to come from the house into the tank, and then it'll come out here. And I'm sure the drain field is somewhere in this area. While it may or may not be under those bushes, the roots do travel, and the roots cause damage to the drain field and or the tank. Which is why these inspections are very important. You definitely won't want to buy a house and absorb this type of problems as soon as you move in. So Cody's going to continue to work on this, and we'll see here what the outcome is. Okay, so just as we suspected, the roots of this tree have definitely creeped over and have compromised this tank. I'm going to try to get you in there so you can see what happens when roots start getting into the tank and basically destroying it. And then we're going to do a flow test and see if the drain field has been compromised also. There's always a two-part to it. So give me a second and let me see if I can get this camera in there. See all those roots? All those roots in there creating compromising and breach of the septic tank. So let's see what happens with the flow test. We have Cody here with ROD Septic, and he's going to explain to you sometimes the pros and the cons of having trees with root systems near the drain field. I'm not the expert, so I'm going to turn it over to him, and he's going to actually give us a good explanation. Let's listen in. So Cody, please explain to us what the advantages and disadvantages of having a drain field near.
Sometimes a tree near a drain field will actually save a drain field. Where like this oak tree right here, let's say these trees, other trees weren't here, but this oak tree, the root system is probably right about here. So you're still using half the field this way, but once water stops flowing from the tank into the field, the roots are going to grow to where the water came from. So it's slowly going to approach this side of the field to get that water. If it's not continuing not getting water, it will then find its way in the pipe and down into the tank and just start sucking all the water out of the tank. I've even seen it on homes where snowbirds go back up north for the winter and they come back down where they weren't using water, and the root system found its way into the house and came out of the drain in the bathtub on the second floor because it had a leaky shower head. So the roots went all the way up into the house to find that water.
And we're doing a drain field test. Can you explain what that is?
So what we're doing, testing the drain field, we're gonna run a 20-minute flow test. So I have a water hose in the tank right now. I'm gonna let it run for about 20 minutes. Check the water level. After that, if the water level rises, that is okay. But then I give it a 10-minute drain time. So no water running for 10 minutes. And if the field is working properly, the water level should go back to the correct operating level.
Great. That's some great advice. Again, I myself just learned something. So glad you guys are watching the channel and getting a little educated. Let's continue and see what happens here with this flow test. Okay, so we got our signal that our 20 minutes are up. We've stopped pumping the water in here. Looks like it has foamed up and filled up. What's your take on that, Corey?
It's definitely full.
Which means
that the field's not accepting water. I still need to give it a 10-minute drain time to see if the field is taking any water at all. But as of right this second, I'm gonna have to fail the field as well, just because it should have taken some water and not rose that much. Like I said, I reset my timer for 10 minutes. We'll let it drain some, see what it does. But by looking at the tank and as many trees that are around, I would say that because the house sat vacant for a while, that these trees have really intruded into the field and has that field completely root bound.
Well, there you go, right from the expert. Stick around, we'll be back in 10 minutes and see if this thing empties out a little bit. Okay, so here we are 10 minutes later. As we look at inside this tank here, we can see that the water level hasn't even dropped, maybe half an inch or so, which it should drop a lot more. So at the end of the day, I believe, Corey, you failing this tank?
Yeah, I'm failing the tank. One, because on the lid, you can't have this. The tank needs to be watertight. Plus, right here is the actual lid of the tank, and it's corroded away also. So the tank itself is in failure and has failed. Because of the root system of these trees, they have that field so locked up that the water has nowhere to go. In probably a couple hours, this water will drain back down because the root system is going to absorb it. Laundry and then try to go take a shower, you're going to be backing up into the house. So unfortunately on this system, we're going to have to fail the tank and the field. That's the problems with trees and stuff like that. So
there you go. This one's going to get failed. So we are going to go back to the negotiating table and see if the sellers want to replace this tank, or at least credit us so that when the new home buyer moves in, he can have this repaired. That'll end the video for today. I hope you guys got a little bit of an education on septic systems. And if you have any questions, please call the number down below. Love to help you out, answer any of your questions. Once again, Leo Albanes with Charlotte County Properties, your real estate experts, showing you what a septic inspection entails. And Corey with ROD Septic helping us out and giving us his expert advice. So once again, Leo Albanes, until then, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.